Killing is usually considered the ultimate crime, but depending on where you are, who you are, and what situation you're in, someone can legally take a human life and face no punishment. Sometimes it's the government, sometimes it's a doctor, sometimes it's a police officer, and sometimes it's just you. These are the deaths that the law still allows around the world. The death penalty. In 2022, thousands of people were legally killed by their own governments. This is called capital punishment. About 53 countries still allow the death penalty in law. Some use it rarely, others use it frequently. The countries with the highest number of executions include China, Iran, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and the United States. The crimes punished by death vary. Murder and terrorism are common. In some countries, drug trafficking, treason, or rape can also qualify. In the past, and in some places still today, adultery has carried a death sentence. Saudi Arabia historically used beheading or stoning. Iran has used hanging. North Korea has reportedly used firing squads, sometimes in public. Methods differ by country: lethal injection, hanging, firing squad. Older methods like the guillotine, gas chamber, and electrocution have mostly disappeared, but they were all once legal. For the state, these deaths are not murder. They are considered justice. Death euthanasia and assisted suicide. In some countries, death doesn't come from a courtroom. It comes from a hospital. A small group of nations allow doctors to legally help patients die. These include Belgium, the Netherlands, Luxembourg, Canada, Colombia, Spain, Uruguay, and parts of Australia. The process is tightly controlled. The patient must usually request it voluntarily. Doctors must confirm unbearable suffering. Paperwork is extensive. Once approved, death becomes a medical procedure. Switzerland goes further. Assisted suicide has been legal there for decades. Even for foreigners, organizations like Dignitas help people end their lives using prescribed lethal drugs. Many of those who die are not Swiss. Thousands travel there specifically to die. In Oregon, under the Death with Dignity Act, hundreds of patients receive lethal prescriptions every year. Most die at home, quietly, legally. In Switzerland, a person does not even have to be terminally ill. Some cases are approved simply for what doctors describe as weariness of life. In these places, death is not a crime. It is a regulated choice. Honor killings and crimes of passion. Honor killings are not legal today, but for centuries, the law treated them as understandable. In ancient Rome, a father could legally kill his daughter if he caught her committing adultery. A husband could kill his wife's lover. This logic survived far longer than most people realize. In Jordan, an old penal code once allowed men to receive little or no punishment for killing wives or relatives caught in adultery. Similar clauses existed in Syria, Lebanon, and Pakistan. In Brazil, a man could legally kill an adulterous wife until 1830. Even after repeal, courts and juries continued excusing these killings under something called defense of honor. France had its own version. Crimes of passion were treated leniently until the law was abolished in 1975. Today, most of these laws are gone. Honor killings are classified as murder. But for generations, the law itself quietly allowed families to kill and walk free. Killing without punishment. Every country allows killing in self-defense. If you genuinely believe your life is in immediate danger, using deadly force can be legal. The key word is immediate. In many U.S. states, stand your ground laws mean you do not have to run away. You can shoot if you feel threatened. In much of Europe and Asia, the law requires you to retreat if safely possible. Deadly force must be proportional. There is also the castle doctrine. In many places, killing an intruder inside your home can be legally justified, but timing matters. If the threat ends and you continue, the killing can become a crime. The law does not judge fear. It judges moments. Use of lethal force police officers are legally allowed to kill under specific conditions. Most laws allow police to shoot if there is an imminent threat to life. How this is applied varies widely. In the United States, police kill roughly 1,000 people per year during encounters. Most officers carry firearms as standard equipment. In the United Kingdom, most police are unarmed. Police shootings are extremely rare. In Japan, officers almost never fire their weapons. Some countries authorize shoot-to-kill orders for terrorists or barricaded suspects. Others emphasize de-escalation. In theory, every police killing is reviewed afterward. In practice, many are ruled justified. When police kill legally, it is not considered murder. It is considered enforcement. Killing that isn't a crime. In war, killing is not only allowed, it is expected. Under international law, soldiers are allowed to kill enemy combatants. A soldier in uniform is a lawful target. Shooting them is not murder. Civilians are protected, at least on paper. Deliberately targeting civilians is a war crime. But if civilians die while attacking a military target, the deaths may be classified as collateral damage. Even in war, not all killing is legal. Poison gas, biological weapons, and indiscriminate bombing are banned. Soldiers who follow the rules are not prosecuted. Those who break them can be tried years later. In war, legality does not mean innocence. It means permission. When the law is silent, some deaths exist in legal gray zones. In Japan, there is no specific law against cannibalism itself. Eating human flesh is not explicitly illegal, though murder and corpse desecration are. In Denmark, a killer in the 1990s avoided certain charges because the law did not clearly prohibit consuming a corpse. These cases shocked the public and forced legal reforms. Many viral stories exaggerate these loopholes, but the truth is stranger. Sometimes the law simply never imagined certain acts until someone committed them. Most people think the law exists to prevent death. In reality, it often decides who is allowed to cause it. Depending on the country, the context, and the moment, death can be legal. If you want a part 2, there are cases even stranger than these. Some are less well known, but far more disturbing. The law, culture, and human behavior create situations most people would never imagine. From loopholes that shock to rules that challenge our sense of right and wrong, reality can be stranger than fiction. Part 2 uncovers even stranger and more astonishing cases. Stories you probably won't believe exist. Subscribe if you want to see it.